All right. Here's a story I read in a long while ago. It was from some Chabad house that they heard the story firsthand. The story is like this. There was a family, religious family, Jewish religious family in New York, and they had an old grandmother that was in a what is it called, assistant living home, and they would go and visit her like once, twice a week. She was still, I guess it was one of these places where it wasn't like a hospital or anything like that. They just had assistant living. She had maybe her own place, whatever, and they would visit her regularly. Anyway, one day, it was before Shabbat. It was before Shabbat. From Friday, they got a telephone from the place where she was at, and they said, they answered the phone, yes, Mr. Gross, yes. You have a mother that's in the assistant place, yes. Her name is such and such, yes. And then, well, she passed away. What? My mother passed away. Yes, she did. She just this morning we came to a room and she was just unresponsive, and we brought doctors, and maybe you would like to. It was a Jewish place. I think there's still time to have her buried. So they went as fast as they could. They went down, they identified the body. They didn't have much time. And as fast as they could, they went and they buried her. They took the burial and they went back home. They made it back home in time for Shabbat. I guess early in the morning on Friday, they called her up, not afternoon. It must have been early in the morning. And they made it back home for time for Shabbat. And they said a couple of moments of this. On Sunday, they started sitting Shiva. Shiva, they sit, morning. They resumed, I guess, sitting Shiva. They already sat one day, so they had 5 more days left. One day. Sunday, Monday, people are coming over. Tuesday, phone rings. They get a call. Yes, who is it? What do you mean, who is it? It's your mother. The man answers the phone. One of the sons answers, your grandmother. What? Why doesn't anybody come and visit me? What happened? You forgot about me? Usually always come on Sundays. Why doesn't anybody come and visit me? What? Who is this? What do you mean, who is it? You don't recognize your own mother? So just one moment, just one moment. They go down and there's their mother. She's okay. I said, I don't believe it. You're okay. What do you mean? Why don't you believe it? I'm healthy. I'm okay. What? So they went to the head of this home. They said, what did you tell us your mother? My mother was here, but she's still healthy. Said, oh, that's wonderful. I just made a mistake. He says, just 1 second. Who did we bury? We buried somebody. So it ended up that there was another old lady there. And she, in their old age, they looked something similar. And especially, they say there's a saying that say that all dead people have the same face. But anyway, older people, they're both, 95 years old. Who knows how old they were. And there was another lady that had the same name as this lady did. And they mixed up the phone numbers. They called up, they looked in the number, and they called. They said, your mother died. So they called. Said, oh, no, we buried the wrong lady. Said, okay, so 1 second. We did bury her. We should inform her family. So they said, yeah, you're right. So they said to the home, the owner of this old folks home, of the home for the elderly, you call up and say you made a big mistake. It's up to you. He said, okay, I'm happy that you're not suing me, that we're not going to sue you. Don't worry about it. But you have to just admit your mistake and call this person up, and if you want to, we'll even go down and visit him and comfort him. But he said, okay, I'll do it. He calls up. Hello, is this Mr. Gross? Yes, it is. I'm calling from the old folks. Oh, what do you want to tell me? My mother died? Just burn the body. That's okay. I said, what? I said, no, just burn the body. So the owner of the place says, well, what can I tell him now? He says to the family, says, puts the man, this Mr. Groyce, on the phone, one whose mother was still alive. Can we come down and visit you? Come down, come to his house. And they say, listen, we want you to know that your mother passed away, and that they called us up. We thought it was our mother, and we buried her. He said, what? What did you do? He said, we buried your mother, but we gave her a very nice burial. He says, I don't believe it. You buried my mother. No, 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 no. And he starts yelling and crying, you buried my mother. No. I said, but we gave her a very nice burial. We were all there and we said Kaddish for her. He says, no, I don't believe it. So he had to sit down. He almost passed out. They had to bring water. So what is the problem? And she was an old lady. And not only that, when you were told that she died, you weren't excited at all. He said, I want to tell you something. He said, we came here, we went through the camps together, me and my mother. This story must have happened, who knows, 1955, whenever it happened. So the Holocaust was just, ended in 1945. So so we came, we made it through the camps, and we came here, and I was just a young boy. My mother was in the camps. However it was, we escaped from Nazi. We got out of Nazi Germany. We survived the whole thing. And we came to America, and my mother, my father had been killed. My mother brought me up. She brought me up religious. And, when I got to be like 14, 15, so I started wondering what's all this religious business about. And I met up with some, normal friends. And we, did normal things like everybody does. Keeping Shabbos, what's normal about that? Learning the Torah, what's the point? And I left Judaism. My mother, I tried to keep it sort of hidden from my mother, but finally she found out I didn't keep it hidden. And she begged with me and pleaded with me. I said, listen, I'm not going to live that old, stupid life and just in a cage with all these superstitions and all these worries and what is it, the phobias that maybe I'm going to, do this, I'm going to get punished over this. I'm living a normal life. I want to be a normal person. My mother begged, please, we went through the Holocaust. We did everything just for you, just so that. I said, listen, forget it. I'm not going to do it. Finally, one day, my mother, she kept bugging me. So I got mad and I said, listen, we're going to see if you're right or if I'm right. I said, when you die, I'm not even going to give you a burial. I'm going to burn the body. I'm going to burn the body. Who needs all this Judaism? All it was just suffering. She said, no, don't do it. I said, you're going to see that I'm right. I'm going to survive. And I'm going to bury. I'm not even going to give you a Jewish burial. Finally, you're going to be free from all this stupid foolishness that you've got. You're not going to get a Jewish burial. And now what do I see? That my mother got a Jewish burial. And I was planning that they were going to tell me and they was going to say to burn the body. And now I realize he's got to burn it. From that, all of a sudden, he realized that maybe there was something to my mother's beliefs. And from that, he returned back to his senses and realized, I'm a Jew. Strange, but true. And I have another story to tell tomorrow that perhaps is stranger, but we'll see tomorrow. You judge for yourself. Have a good day with Mashiach now.